on BB. So, like normal, the angle is not the best, but to be honest, I really don't care. And yes, I have hair. I just have my hair tucked in behind me, so I know I look like a boy because my hair looks short when it's really not. It's actually very long, but I'll put it in the front just for the heck of it. So, today I'm going to tell a story. I thought I already told this story on YouTube, and when I was going back and looking at the archives, I didn't see it, so apparently I never did this video. I think what happened was I asked my best friend Wendy if I could mention her name in it because she's involved in the story. My friend Letty is, her brother is, Wendy's daughter Brenda is involved, and I think what I did was I texted him that one day and I asked him, can I mention your name in this video that I want to do on YouTube? And they're like, yeah, you can. So I was like, okay. So I thought I did this video, but apparently I didn't. Or maybe I named it something different and I really did do it because I didn't technically look at all my videos I've ever did. So yeah. So anyways, so this story is about a creepy, scary, weird incident that happened about maybe 2-3 years ago. So I was at Wendy's house. I was technically at Wendy's mom's house. So Letty's mom. Wendy's mom. Letty and Wendy are sisters. And Letty moved out of the house a few years ago when she got pregnant with her boyfriend. They moved out and she lives in Lake in the Hills right now. So she's living, I don't want to say on her own, but she's living out of her mom's house. My friend Letty is still living with her mom because Letty just got graduated from Weston from college. So she's back at home. And this happened, why is my phone acting weird like that? I don't know what that is. Probably just the light, but I turned the light on because I could have kept it off, but you would not have saw my face. And it was way too dark. So anywho, this happened about 2-3 years ago. I was at Letty's house helping out Wendy. Because Letty and Wendy's mom went to Mexico to take care of Letty and Wendy's grandma. Because Letty and Wendy's grandma was sick at the time. She was just sick. So Letty's mom and Wendy's mom had to go to Mexico. And Wendy asked if I could come over because Wendy was going to be at her mom's house. And she's like, hey, you can come over, hang out with me. I'll have Brenda, her daughter, you could come out, hang out with me and Brenda. We'll watch movies. Wendy and Letty also has a brother that has autism. So Wendy kind of also wanted me there to either help with the brother or either help with the baby. Like, if Wendy needed to get up and take care of her brother, she knew someone would at least be there to watch the baby. Brenda right now is 3 years old. Depending on what year this was, whether it was 2 years ago or 3, she was either 1 or 2. Pretty sure she was probably 1 or 2. Because now she's 3. And this was about 2 or 3 years ago. So, she was a little younger than she was now. I mean, she's still obviously young, but anyways. Oh, my bones. It's cracked. So, I went over there to kind of, keep an eye on one of the two. When he said, if I need help taking care of my brother, I know I can leave the baby for you to watch for a couple minutes, 2 seconds. Or maybe I could watch the baby, and depending on what's going on, you could go help my brother. And I was like, whatever you need me to do, I will do. I mostly took care of the baby. Not that I can't help the butter, and not that I don't ever help the butter, but I was kind of mostly there for the baby, if you know what I mean. But anyways, so I go over there and I bring a bag, and she says, obviously this home is my home, it's your home. Your mukasa is my mukasa. So she said, if you want to come over and stay the night, you can. And there was extra room because they live in a 3-bedroom house. And one bedroom was Letty's, and I had to sit up, my neck was hurting. And my friend Letty was in Macomb in college, so that room was open. And then obviously their mom was down in Mexico, so her mom's bedroom was open. So there was room for me to stay, and I did. And her mom was technically gone for 2 weeks. Now, the first week, Letty was home from college. She was off. It was like spring break. Or maybe it was like, I want to say I can't remember exactly when this happened. I want to say it was before Thanksgiving. So like after Halloween, but like before Turkey Day. So I want to say it had to be like right after Halloween. Like right before Thanksgiving. I want to say it was like maybe November. It was either right before Thanksgiving or right after Thanksgiving. I can't say Thanksgiving. That's hard for me to say with my impairment, so I just normally say Turkey Day. So I can't remember really off the bat when exactly this was, to be honest. It looks like I have a black eye, but I really don't. It's just the way the light is. I do not have a black eye, I swear I don't. It's just the way the light is shining on my eye. So anyways, not that it really matters exactly how many years ago this was or when exactly it happened. I mean, it does, but like, not really. But anyways, honestly, it's like November, maybe December. So I go over there, and like I said, the first week, Letty was there. So the first week, me and Letty were able to help with, I was able to help Letty with her brother. And then the second week, Letty had to go back to college. And then Wendy came the second week, and both sisters asked if I could stay. And I stayed there the 2 weeks. Now, each week, I didn't stay every single night. There were some nights where I had to go back home, and by the time I would have gotten back, it would have been like, past midnight. I mean, they said they didn't care, but like, I don't believe I stayed every night. Also, Wednesdays I had to worry about training. Training started at 7 o'clock and ended at like 9-ish, 10-ish. So I would normally get back home about midnight if it's a day where training ends and we get back and everyone goes home. But some days people stay back and we just talk and hang out. But like, then on Fridays I had to deal with like patrol, and it started at 7 and at 11. So like, there were some days I stayed and there were some days where I came home. Majority of the time between the 2 weeks I did stay there at the house. But there were some nights where it's like, I'm just gonna go home, something, because I had to go home and get clean clothes or something, I don't know. Or maybe it was because, like, something was going on with the family, and it was like a party or get together, or my parents wanted to do something, and I just remembered I forgot to put my teeth back in. I was eating a snack. I was having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I take my teeth out when I eat, my braces. I call them teeth, but they're braces. I take them out when I eat, and I just remembered I forgot to put them back in, because I have to brush my teeth before I put them back in. But anyways, so long. Part 2, I mean, this is going to be a one-parter, but like, beginning of it, I was pretty much there for 2 weeks, helping out with whatever they needed to help out, have me help out with them. So, the second week came. I want to say this was like a Thursday night. Or maybe like a Tuesday night. Because it was a night I had nothing to do with the unit. It wasn't like a Wednesday or Friday. It was one of the days. It wasn't a Wednesday or it wasn't a Friday. I don't know exactly what day it happened on. So me and Wendy and Brenda, we were in the kitchen eating. Their brother Orvin was sleeping. He was in bed because he goes to bed early. And the second week I was there, Wendy likes when I cook. She thinks I'm a very good cook. So there were days where I would cook, and there were days where we would go out and, we would get food and bring it back to the house. Like one day we got KFC, one day we got Taco Bell, one day we got Popeyes, one day we got Portillo's. And then there was some days where I would actually cook a meal. So, this was probably at, I want to say maybe 10:30, 11-ish at night. We just finished, I was scratching my armpit. For some reason it was itchy. We were, sitting at the table. We just finished eating. Me and her were just talking. And this was after my pager freaking went off and vibrated and beeped and sounded the alarms. And from what she said, my whole body shook. She said, your pager went off, and it was actually in another room. And it was on, like a coffee table, or like a side table, and the side table has glass. So it's extra loud because it was vibrating and moving and shaking and beeping on glass, so it's extra loud. And from what Wendy said, she said as soon as your fire pager went off, she said your whole body like shook and you had like one eye open. And she said it was very weird. And it's like, well, yeah, it scared me to death. And she's like, you are white. That is scary. I was like, yeah. It's like, it can be scary sometimes when it goes off. And I don't know what's up with my hair. It's sticking out like that. My hair's weird sometimes. Anyways, I think it's going to come back out. But so after my pager went off, we were just sitting there. Brenda was kind of doing her own thing, playing with a spoon, kind of still eating the leftover food, playing with crayons, and just kind of doing baby stuff, making goo goo gaga. She doesn't make goo. She wasn't making goo goo gaga noise. She was past that age. She was kind of just laughing because I make her laugh a lot. I was joking about the goo goo gaga. She was kind of just being a baby, I guess. She was like 1 year old, so she was kind of just listening, sleeping, doing whatever. I don't know. And me and Wendy, we were just talking. Me and her girlfriends. Me, Wendy, and Letty were girlfriends. Me and her. I'll get to that point later, a little later. So, anyways, me and Wendy, that whole week, would play pranks on each other. I would try to prank her. She would try to prank me. It was mostly just popping out and scaring each other, saying boo, and trying to do something scary. We just do old-fashioned pranks where we try to scare each other. Like, for example, there was one time she was doing laundry in the basement, and she told me, go upstairs, get Brenda, and get me this and that, or something. And I was like, okay. So I went back upstairs, and I got Brenda, and I was holding Brenda in one arm, and the other arm I had something in my hand. And I go downstairs, and she was hiding behind a corner, and she jumped out and scared me. And I was like, oh, Jesus. I said, I have a baby. I have a baby in one arm. I'm going to drop the baby. I don't want to drop the baby. I can't drop the baby. I ain't going to drop the baby. But, girl, Chica, you scare me like that. Girl, you tripping. You scared me. I almost dropped the baby. I would have been mad at myself. I would have hated myself, obviously, if I would have dropped the baby. But, see, seriously. Wendy actually scared me. She actually scared me. And it's like, why do you do that when you know I'm holding a baby and like you know you could possibly scare me? And she's like, I knew you would get scared. And it's like, but I had a baby. I said, you know I was gonna carry her down. But anyways, so anyways, we were pranking each other the whole week. So all of a sudden we're sitting at the table. I'm talking to her, she's talking to me, we're just talking about life, whatever. I'm talking about the unit, she's talking about Andres, her boyfriend, this and that. We're just talking about whatever we could possibly think about to talk about. And we hear this knock. Now, their kitchen has a back door, and their back door goes down to the yard. Because they live in Streamwood near Alexander. I'm not going to tell you where, but somewhere near Alexander is where their house is. In Streamwood, if you're familiar with that place. So it's kind of by Lacey, kind of by the police station, kind of by Taft, kind of in that area. So the back door in the kitchen goes down to the, there's like a deck, and then there's like a yard. And it's an average size yard. But anyways, in order to get into the backyard from the outside, you would have to open the gate. And the gate is locked. It has chains and locks and protection, so their brother doesn't run away or get out. Anyways, so in order to get through the fence without a key, you would have to probably jump the fence. Not that I'm going to say that it's particularly would be impossible. Not that I'm trying to say that it would be impossible to jump the fence, but it wouldn't be easy. I mean, I don't want to say it wouldn't be easy, but like, for someone like me that's overweight, I'm not young like I used to be. We used to climb and jump fence all the time, but anyways. So we hear this knock on the door, and it's just one solid knock. It wasn't a bang. It wasn't a light tap. It was not a loud, but like a loud enough knock that we heard it, but it wasn't like a boom. It wasn't like a phew. It was like a knock. It wasn't loud, it wasn't quiet, but it was a knock that we could hear. We knew it came from the back door. She looked at me, and I looked at her. I was like, did you hear that? She's like, yeah, that was you, right? You knocked under the table. And I was like, yeah. I was like, did you knock under the table? And she's like, no. She said, was that you knocking on the table, Brenda? And I was like, seriously, Letty, was that you knocking on the table? And she was like, no. And then we're like, okay. So then she tells me, by the way, in the Alexander neighborhood area, we've had cars breaking into and houses been broken into around this time. In the past couple weeks, people been having their cars and houses broken into. And I'm like, now you tell me? So she freaks out. She grabs the baby. I get up with her. I follow her behind there. We turn off the kitchen lights. We go in the hallway. And then down the stairs is the front door. And we hear another knock. And it was the same sound, same type of knock that came from the front door, back door, the kitchen door. It wasn't loud, it wasn't small, it was loud enough that we could hear it. And I was like, oh, hell no. No. Ain't gonna do this. You tell me right now that you're pranking me. And she's like, I'm not pranking you. And it's like, is it Andres? Because I know that he was out and about. Is it him? Is it Letty? Is it your mom? Like, don't prank me. Like, this is not starting to be funny. And she's like, no, is it you? Because she said, I'm really starting to get freaked out. And it's like, Letty, I said, Wendy, I wouldn't let it get to this point. And it's like, I would have told you by now if it was a prank. So, being that I was there, and I take it back. The part about the houses being broken into and the cars being broken into, I already knew about that part. I don't know why I just mentioned that. She told me then and there. She told me that a couple of days ago. Of like the first day I was there, she mentioned that. There was many reasons to why I was there. To help with the brother, to hang out with Wendy, hang out with Brenda, to kind of just be there so she's not home alone, even though she would technically have a brother and a baby, but like kind of more for protection because she knew I would protect her and more look out for her and watch out for her. And it's not particularly the worst neighborhood in Streamwood, but it's not the safest neighborhood in Streamwood. It's kind of a average neighborhood. But anyways, so being, once I came home, because I knew I was going to be staying the night, I grabbed my field hockey stick. Pretty much a field hockey stick. Google what field hockey stick looks like. I grabbed one of my field hockey sticks and I took it over there because I said, I want to be able to have protection. God forbid something happens. Because I said, I don't have a gun. I said, I want to at least have some protection. You have a baby. You have a brother that's like 6'1", that's 17, but has autism. And I'm not trying to say that he's strong, but anyways, we need protection. We're free women that are young and short and small and not strong. You know, we need protection. So anyways, I bought my field hockey stick and I had it for some reason I had it on the dining room table. I don't know why I had it on the dining room table. I probably should have had it up against the wall, but so I grabbed my field hockey stick and I said, we need to get in the middle bedroom and lock the door. So we turn off the lights. I leave the dog. I don't know why we left the dog, to be honest. I don't know why we left the little Hershey. The dog Hershey is like a Chihuahua, like a Boston Terrier. It's like a 10-pound dog that like humps everything. I don't know what it is. I know it's like a Chihuahua mix. We left him out there in the living room for some reason, tied up to the chair. Because he's always on a leash. They never let him off the leash in the house. I don't want to say never, but he's always normally tied up. So we turn off the lights, and I make sure the front door is locked. I don't actually go down the steps to make sure it's locked, because it's like, I don't want to go down there, because God forbid the door is not locked, and I don't know. I make sure that, you know, it looks locked, because they have an automatic lock on there, and a chain lock because of their brother, because they don't want him getting out, because he knows how to open the regular locks. I checked the kitchen door, said it looked to be stabled. I'm not going to go near it. So, we get in the mom's bedroom, we get in the master, and she's like, should I call the cops? And it's like, in my opinion, I said, I would call the cops. Just because, one, we heard 2 different knocks, the time of night it is, you have a baby, and you've told me recently that the last week or 2, people have been breaking into homes and cars. I said, it wouldn't hurt to call. I said, it's up to you because it's your house. But I said, if you want to call, you can call. She's like, oh my God, my phone's dying. And I was like, okay, can use my phone. So she calls 911 and gives the address and says someone's possibly breaking into a house. And the dispatcher's like, okay, we have units on the way. What did you hear? What happened? And she explains. And I said, tell them you have a baby. And she did. And then they said, okay, can you find a room and lock yourself in the room? So I'm like, yeah, we're in the master bedroom. And they're like, okay, does it have a lock? And then I notice that her mom's master bedroom door, it's one single door. Does it have a lock on it? Does it even have a handle? And it's like, you picked the room that doesn't have the lock? I was like, how are we going to lock this? She's like, I'll just, put my hand against it and wait. And I was like, look here, Snooki. I was like, Wendy, you are 4'8". You are Snooki's height. You're about, I don't want to give her weight out. I don't know her weight, to be honest, but like I said, you're not a toothpick, but you're not overweight. So I said, he or she probably can easily kick that door down. And I'm going to definitely have to use my field hockey stick. She's like, do you really think you could swing that bat, Brennan, that field hockey stick? And it's like, if I have to swing the stick, I'm going to be swinging the stick. I said, I don't know how well I'll be, but it's better than not having any weapons. What do you have as a weapon? So it's like, I could go get a knife in the kitchen. And it's like, I said, you could, but I said, I think we're good with my hockey stick, anyways. So then, like, blah, 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 we're on the way, you can hang up now. We'll have units on the way to stay in the room. If anything happens or changes, call back. So I'm holding my hockey stick. I'm all ready to go. She's holding the baby. I'm patting the baby. I'm like, it's okay, Brenda. Wendy was freaking out. I was kind of freaking out a little.